Welcome back to our channel, a place where people find love. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. I will personally reply to your comments.
You should discipline your children when they're disgracing themselves. And the reason you should do that isn't because they're bad kids or because it reflects badly on you.
What happens when a dad tries to teach his daughter about consequences, but mom completely undermines him? You're about to see a perfect example of why parenting requires a united front and what happens when that breaks down completely. A father discovered his daughter stole candy from a store. Instead of ignoring it, he did what any responsible parent should do. He marched back inside and made her face the consequences. He paid for what she took and used it as a teaching moment about integrity and honesty. But here's where things went sideways. Instead of supporting her husband's efforts to instill moral values, the mother actually shamed him for disciplining their daughter. Think about this for a second. The dad is trying to teach their child that stealing has real consequences. He's showing her that actions matter and that integrity isn't negotiable. These are fundamental life lessons that shape character. But the mom's response sends a completely different message: that dad's authority doesn't matter and that consequences are optional depending on which parent you're dealing with. This creates something psychologists call inconsistent parenting, and it's absolutely devastating for children. When parents send mixed signals, kids learn to manipulate the system.
We can't raise perfect kids, but we can raise honest ones. It starts with what we do when they mess up.
They figure out which parent will let them slide and which one actually enforces rules. The result? Children who struggle with boundaries, respect, and personal responsibility as they grow up. The father in this situation understood something crucial. Small moments create big character. When a child steals something as simple as candy, how the parents respond sets the tone for much bigger decisions down the road. Will this child lie to get out of trouble? Will they cheat on tests? Will they take things that don't belong to them? The answer often depends on whether parents consistently teach that actions have consequences. But here's what makes this even more problematic. The mother didn't just disagree privately, she actively undermined the father's authority in front of the child. This teaches the daughter that dad's rules are suggestions, not requirements. It tells her that she can pit one parent against the other to avoid accountability. Most dangerously, it shows her that there's always an escape route from facing the consequences of her choices. Compare this to another father who discovered his son was bullying classmates. This dad didn't make excuses or minimize the behavior. Instead, he made his daughter walk 5 miles to school in cold weather after she was suspended from the bus for bullying.
If we meet their failure with anger, if we punish instead of guiding them, we don't teach them to grow.
Some people criticize this approach, but this father understood something vital. Privileges are earned, not guaranteed. When his daughter violated the trust that comes with riding the school bus, she lost that privilege until she could prove she deserved it back. The key difference? This father's consequences were directly connected to the misbehavior. His daughter lost bus privileges because she couldn't behave appropriately on the bus. The punishment fit the crime and taught a clear lesson about personal responsibility. Another father took a different but equally effective approach when his son was disrespectful to store employees. He brought the boy back to publicly apologize, making him face the people he had hurt with his words. This wasn't about humiliation, it was about accountability. The father understood that real consequences create lasting change, while empty threats teach children that rules don't really matter. These examples show what unified, consistent parenting looks like. When both parents are on the same page about expectations and consequences, children learn clear boundaries. They understand that certain behaviors will always result in specific outcomes, regardless of which parent is handling the situation. But when parents undermine each other, children learn something much more dangerous. They discover that authority is negotiable, consequences are optional, and manipulation works better than honesty. These lessons follow them into adulthood, creating people who struggle with personal accountability and healthy relationships. The stealing incident reveals a deeper problem in modern parenting. Too many parents are more concerned with being their child's friend than being their parent. They want to avoid conflict, even when conflict is exactly what the situation requires. The mother who shamed her husband for disciplining their daughter was prioritizing temporary peace over long-term character development.
Your kids want to have the best relationship with you that they possibly could have.
This creates what experts call permissive parenting, where children face few meaningful consequences for poor choices. These kids often struggle more as adults because they never learn to navigate the real world's non-negotiable rules. They expect others to accommodate their mistakes rather than learning to prevent them. The father who made his daughter face consequences for stealing understood something the mother missed. Love sometimes requires uncomfortable moments. Teaching integrity isn't always pleasant, but it's absolutely necessary. Children who learn early that actions have consequences are better equipped to make good decisions when the stakes are much higher. Every family faces these moments where parents must choose between immediate comfort and long-term character building. The easy path is to minimize the problem, make excuses, or let things slide. The harder but more loving path is to enforce meaningful consequences that teach lasting lessons about personal responsibility.
Many children are scared of parents. Why? Because the parents just yell, shouts, screams, beats up, warns, threatens. Those children will have a developmental issue as they grow older.
When parents present a united front, children feel more secure because boundaries are clear and consistent. When parents undermine each other, children feel confused and learn to exploit the inconsistency for personal gain. The choice parents make in these moments shapes not just their child's immediate behavior, but their entire approach to integrity and accountability throughout life. The question every parent must ask is simple. Are you teaching your child to face consequences or avoid them? Because that lesson will follow them forever. Now that's all, folks. What do you think? Share with us in the comments section as you like this video and subscribe to this channel.